Hey folks, Todd Tremonti here, and I wanted to tell you a quick story really about my career. I recall a time when late in the evening I got home from work and I was holding my daughter. She's about one at the time, one-ish, and we just weren't friends yet. She and I had not bonded. She was not a huge fan of mine, and I just honestly being really sad. And I'm not an overly emotional guy. I don't get worked up about stuff really at all. But I just remember it kind of struck me that I just didn't know my daughter the way that I wanted to. I hadn't been around her quite as much as my older son, and I was fearful that I knew why. And really, it was because of the way that my real estate business was going. I'd been in the business for a couple of years. I was grinding. I was doing okay, but honestly, I wasn't making the money I wanted to make. And my wife was upset about the amount of time I was spending at home. People that were around me that cared for me were sort of questioning whether this made sense. And it just wasn't where I wanted to be. And really not bonding with my daughter was unacceptable to me. So I knew at that point that something absolutely had to change. So if you're in a situation, anything like that, if you're wanting to make more money, you're not wanting to have to work what feels like 24/7 every evening, every weekend, chasing every phone call to get a deal done. If you're interested in higher paying, happier clients, and if you're interested in clients that repeat and refer more business, then stick with me on this video. I'm going to tell you how I did that, and I'll tell you how you can do that also. So, if you're watching this, it probably isn't the first time you've sought out some information to grow your business or to become more streamlined or to get your life back. So if you watch this video, I'll walk you through that. And, my wife is super supportive. She wasn't screaming and yelling at me and calling me a loser. As a matter of fact, her support almost made me feel even more guilty. She believed in me. She believed that all the work I was putting in would produce something great for our family, but it just wasn't happening. And I was starting to freak out. I was starting to feel really guilty. And, I hesitate to say it wasn't my fault, but what I really learned is that I was sort of believing a lie. I was believing this lie that you just kind of do what everyone else does, and maybe you do it better, or maybe you work harder, or maybe you do what everybody else does, but you do that same thing a little bit differently. And really what I came to know, what I learned that really changed my life forever, which isn't brilliant, was about the exchange of value that takes place really in the marketplace as a whole. Now, it made a huge difference when I began to put a system behind it, right? But in the world of real estate, everybody was kind of doing the same old stuff and it just wasn't working for me. So I had to find a way to change that up. And for me, I had started out as sort of a traditional agent broker and doing some flipping. Then I had gotten into a flat fee franchise because really my passion was to deliver a lot of value to clients. And I had thought about and experimented with and ultimately got into bought a franchise where we would do sort of the same as everybody else, but just charge less. And it ended up not being the vision for me. But just to kind of flash forward, once I sort of got my ducks in a row on this exchange of value and offering world-class value, I began to see how I could make more money and I could get my time back and I could spend time with my family and I could really build some leverage into my business by delivering more value and getting paid more and therefore being able to make more money on less transactions. And once I started to do that, once I built that into my business, other people started to notice. And I started to tell other agents kind of how I was doing what I was doing, and it was working for them too. And I'm just going to share with you a couple of thoughts from a few of the people that I shared what I was doing with and how it worked for them also. Here's a guy that's become a friend of mine, Brett Baker. And he just said this. He said, "I've made a name for myself as a marketer who happens to sell real estate. And we sell hundreds of homes each year for millions of dollars in commissions. But it wasn't until I learned from Todd Tremonti how to value our services and how to communicate that value that we increased our profitability over 100%. Yes, is what he's saying. Yes, we more than doubled our net profit from this one idea. I also love the way that Todd focuses on relationships and building a business based on the lifetime value of clients and team members. That's pretty exciting stuff to hear, that once he grasped what I had learned the hard way, that he was able to do twice the income from the same business. And here's a comment from Tina Kempa, who's in Iowa. She says, the best thing that this group has done for us, and she's talking about a coaching mastermind group I do, the best thing this group has done for us is to help us articulate our value to our clients. We discuss this a lot in our calls, and Todd is really good about helping us define those things that each of us brings to the table that makes us different from our competition, both individually and in general. That continual dialogue has helped me to not only think about it, but clarify and articulate our value. And not only to do those things, but to believe it. And we all know that belief is the key. The more we look at this and discuss it, the more I believe it and the better I can sell it, and the more clients can believe it. Hands down, this is the best thing I've gotten from the group, because it's the foundation of everything else we do. So anyway, it works for me, and it's worked for a lot of other people too. So flashback, when I got started sharing this with other people, really it was just jumping on a call, sending a text message or an email, and it was working for people. The results were really, really great. But lots of agents really didn't believe that it would work for them. It worked for the people that tried it, but a lot of people said, oh, that's great for you. You've got this unique skill set or this unique market, but they just didn't believe that it would work for them. So it really led me to create this as a set program. And I named it Permission to Profit, because I believe the first thing you have to do is believe you can do it. You've got to give yourself permission to be more valuable, to do more, to charge more, but you have to start with offering more value to the client. So it was a kind of a gamble for me on the front end to switch my entire business model from a flat fee discount brokerage to sort of a traditional, and then certainly beyond traditional, to sort of a higher value oriented business. And trust me, there were plenty of sleepless nights and lost transactions and difficult navigations that we went through, but trust me, it was worth it, and it is worth it. Now, this kind of reminds me of a story. I coach my son's baseball team, and one of the guys that coaches with me, his dad, he's super nice guy, but elderly gentleman, probably every single time, but probably 80% of the time, if not every time, that we have a game on Saturday, will come up to me and say, hey, what's up, real estate man? What are you doing out here on a Saturday? And it's funny to me because we've been doing baseball for 5+ years now, but in his mind, when you're in real estate, you don't get to coach your kid's team on a Saturday. You don't get to be out there. And so that just sort of, to me, is like one of the primary illustrations of the difference in my life now versus my life then. There's no way I would have been out with the family early morning, mid-morning, midday on a Saturday. I might have eked out a Saturday night dinner or something, but I was chasing business all the time. And sometimes I was lucky enough to have the business. I wasn't very profitable. Other times I was panicked about where my next deal would come from, so I was chasing it. But I've been able to live, certainly in the world of real estate, what many would consider a dream life, meaning that there are very few weekends that I'm working at all. And there's an end to my workday. Yes, I'll take some calls here and there, but there's a shut off where I don't touch the phone because I'm spending time with my wife and my children. And many of the agents, most of the agents on our team have the opportunity for that type of freedom and flexibility as well. And so do you. You can do this. You can stop answering your phone 19 hours a day. You don't have to chase horrible clients all over town to help them buy and sell garbage houses for discounted commissions. You can have the life you wanted. Your business can fit the life you want to live instead of the life you want to live having to fit around your business. You can stop all that garbage. You don't have to just take my word for it, though. I've already shared what a couple of other people have done. But another guy that spent some time with us to learn this, name is Taylor Grant. This is what he had to say. I've worked with many coaches and consultants, including many of the biggest names in the real estate business. And the 2 days I spent with Todd Tremonti in his bunker, he came in for what we call a consulting day. Those 2 days with Todd Tremonti were more valuable than the years of coaching and masterminding I did with all of those organizations. There's no doubt that I'll add $15,000 to $18,000 per month to my bottom line And that's before I even implement most of the marketing that Todd shared with me. So again, just talking about the ability to deliver more value, communicate about that value, and be able to, in return, be compensated for that value, to be able to charge whatever fee is fair for you, not just what everybody else is doing. But before you get started with all this, let me tell you who this is not for, okay? So if you're totally satisfied with your business right now, and there's really no need for you to change the way you think and change the way you structure and go about your business and the value you communicate, then obviously you don't need to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, if you're not motivated, you're just checking out videos on the internet and you're not really going to do much, then this definitely isn't for you, because there's some work that's got to be done here. Now, I say this with complete respect, but if you're broke right now and you need this money to feed your family, even though I'm about to present to you a really great opportunity, super affordable, but if you need this money to feed your family, do not buy this. It's not time for you to do this yet. Reach out by Facebook. I'll give you a tip or two, but it's just not time for you to implement the whole system if you truly can't afford it. Now, if you're not going to do the work, don't do this. But if that's not you and you are motivated and you do want to build your business and you do want to get some of your life back and you do want to be more profitable, and maybe you don't want to have to take as many clients. You can still take as many clients as you want, but you don't want to have to take as many clients. You want better quality clients who respect you more and who view your business as a higher end, not necessarily luxury homes, but a higher end, higher level of professionalism, higher level of expertise type of business, then this is for you. And I named it Permission to Profit for a reason. Like I said before, you've got to give yourself permission to be more valuable, to be more profitable. And if you'll do that, then you'll begin to see clients will do that too. And they'll be drawn to you. They'll give you permission to lead and guide and be a profitable, if not wealthy, real estate leader. Will you do that? Do you want to do that? So it would be impossible right now for me to tell you everything that's wrapped up in this program, even everything that I will provide for you if you decide to join us. But let me share a lot of what's there. I'm going to give you real quick a 73-minute, what we call kind of a fast start guide. The original program that I put together for this, the Permission to Profit program, was a little over 6 hours of audio of the mindset and the tools and the strategies and the techniques to get this done. Now, we've created a quick start guide for you that's about 73 minutes, a little over an hour. We're also going to give you that full 6-hour audio. It used to be on 8 CDs and we sold it for a lot of money. We'll give it to you digitally now for a much better deal. We're also going to include these 5, I'm really proud of these 5 amazingly simple, but really, really powerful worksheets, these exercises that will help you work your way through the audio program and hit pause and stop and go through There's 5 separate worksheets that will walk you through different pieces of your business plan, but not like a stuffy, boring Microsoft Word doc business plan, a living document that will help you build the business that you desire to create the life you want. So you'll get those 5 worksheets, plus the quick start audio, plus the full length audio. We're also going to give you a written transcript of the entire program. So you can go through and highlight and take notes and chop it up if you want to use certain things. Now, you'll get all the audio and the written version, the quick start and everything, plus the worksheets. And this is a little, also give you a 60-day free trial into my members only business builder coaching group, which itself includes a private Facebook group and weekly coaching calls with me, where I will coach and lead and train, as well as take your questions and help you implement and grow. So this is a huge, huge, huge offer. So all of that together is valued at probably way more, but to be specific, is valued at least $1,497. If you took the individual prices that we charge for those things that we do sell separately, it's at least $1,497. So if all this did for you was show you how to stop sacrificing all your personal and family time and giving it to clients, would it be worth it? I bet it would. If all this did for you was help you stop wasting your time with cheap, lazy, angry, ungrateful clients, would it be worth it? I bet it would. Of course it would. Now, I've got some good news for you. I'm not going to charge you $1,497 for that, although I believe it's worth way more than that. I'm not even going to charge you $497 for this. I'm offering this to you right now for $197. And if you're ready to rock and roll, you can move on and hit the button. But stick with me if you want a little bit more information. If you're ready, go ahead and hit the button. But if not, follow up with me. I'm going to take on all the risk. So I will give you a straight up, no baloney guarantee on this thing, right? If permission to profit doesn't show you exactly how to get higher paying, happier clients, if it doesn't allow you to make more money working less than you are now, and if it fails to serve your needs, right? If it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't just straight up satisfy you, I'll give you all your money back, no questions asked, and we'll just take you out of the group. No big deal. So I'll take all the risk, and you can have all of these benefits. So once again, you're going to get the 73-minute fast start guide, the condensed audio. It's kind of like the highlights of the 6-hour audio. It's the 5 meaty parts that will help you go through the 5 worksheets, which you get as part of this too. So you get the 73-minute quick start guide, the full 6-hour audio training, the 5 super simple but really, 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 really helpful worksheets. You'll get the written transcript of everything, and you'll get a 60-day completely free trial in the members only business builder coaching group, which is a weekly call with me. My team is on the call, as well as agents all over North America, US, Canada, all over the place. And the Facebook group that comes with that. All of that for just $197. But you do need to do it right now. I don't offer this stuff for this price. You go to the website right now, and each one of those things separately priced. It's at least $1,497 to piece this together. And we usually don't. That's with the free trial, which we don't offer just about anywhere. Okay, so all that for $197 right now. But listen, don't wait. Do it right now. If you're frustrated with the lack of business, or you're frustrated with the lack of time and flexibility, you might be making a bunch of money right now, and you're one of those people that understands that's not always a good thing. You've got the money, but you would give some of the money back if you just had some time and freedom, right? Or you might be one of those people like I was, that you didn't have the money. You were hustling and grinding and still weren't making what you needed to make. But don't keep doing that. Unless you make a change, you're just going to keep on getting what you've been getting. So make the decision now. Click the button, join us. So fill out the short form right here and complete the order form. And then it'll take you straight into the membership area where you can get to work right now on the Permission to Profit program. I don't care if it's 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 10 o'clock at night. Do it now. Jump in there. You can start working immediately. You can get right into those audio trainings and get working on those worksheets. So click the button right now, fill out the form, jump in the deal, and then you'll have a 60-day trial to our group, which means I will be talking to you on one of our group coaching calls very, very soon. So jump in now, and I will talk to you very soon. Good luck.